Yo, hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, we do Bitcoin technical analysis and also for the stock market and the altcoins daily. So let's get right into the charts for Bitcoin right now. But before we start the video, I want to tell you guys, during the weekend I will be dropping a video of how I trade, basically what indicators I use and what other tools I use to watch the data, basically the CVD, the delta, the open interest. So you can look forward to it. During the weekend the video will be uploaded. So let's start with the video right now. Basically you can see Bitcoin once again rejecting from that value area high, even though we are above the weekly pivot right now. So still not a breakout from that value area high. Basically you can see very chopping price action, guys. During this range you can see we got almost 6 weeks to the downside. Basically this is just leverage trades getting cracked right here and stopped out, potentially liquidated. You can see this is not an environment that you want to be in right now. It is better, in my opinion, to stay away from Bitcoin until it can break out of this range. But if we look at Ethereum perfectly tested that weekly pivot that I have told you yesterday on the 23rd. This is why I tell you guys to follow me on X, because I can post their charts daily updates multiple times a day. You can see yesterday on the 23rd at 10 a.m. basically. Currently it is the 24th. I have told you guys that the weekly pivot has a 99% hit rate. Basically you can see the price of it did not reach that weekly pivot yet. You can see the price was above 3670, but it has not reached the weekly pivot. And you can see a couple of hours later we got close to that weekly pivot. Let me just find it. A couple of hours later we got close, and I am said we need a strong, I am expecting and I need a strong bounce from this level. And as you can see, we did hit it once, but then again we hit it perfectly right to the dollar. Basically you can see Bitcoin dropped down to 3504, Ethereum, excuse me. You can see right here, right to that dollar basically. And right now Ethereum is having that pump of about 7.5% to the upside. So very key level, and it got respected perfectly. I told you guys it has a 99% hit rate during the week, as you know, since that is the weekly pivot, but I will be explaining this during the weekend. So for now let's focus more on the altcoins. Now Solana currently also struggling more after making a macro top during the week at $206 basically, and right now it is still down about 9%. It actually front ran a bit that weekly pivot, so it is possible that we go down and test it once again. It all depends on the Bitcoin dominance, but we'll get here later. And also it all depends on what Bitcoin does during this week or during the weekend. Since the month is coming to an end, we got 7 days basically, we got a week left of this month before a new monthly candle opens. We need to pay very close attention to that. The weekly still looks pretty nice for Bitcoin for a potential breakout of this range and continuation to the upside to create newer all-time highs. But as of right now we are still consolidating in that range. So if we look at SUI got a perfect bounce from that weekly pivot support. You can see $3.51 right to the dollar we hit it, and then SUI also got that big push to the upside, 9%. So this is what you basically just need to do, guys. Long support and short resistance. And this is why pivot points are so good. You know, they can basically tell you it is resistance, and what you do at resistance, you don't long resistance, you short resistance basically, and the opposite at when you have support, you long that support, guys. And I'll be explaining more about the weekly pivot, as I said, during the weekend. And now if you look at the stock market, the S&P 500, the S&P 500 actually front ran that weekly pivot, you can see, and since then it has been up only, but this is normal since the stock market is currently in a very strong uptrend, and this is what we like to see for the stock market, continuation to the upside. So Bitcoin can also continue to the upside. Let me see, the Nasdaq also still doing good. The Nasdaq actually hit, you know, basically the S&P 500 didn't, but the Nasdaq hit that weekly pivot perfectly and got a very strong bounce, almost 1.3% move to the upside, which is very nice for the stock market. As you know, it is not as volatile as crypto. And if we look for Bitcoin, the open interest right now during this move has been rising. CVD has also been going up, so this tells me that we might get a confirmation and potential continuation of this move, even though the whole time right here you can see the CVD has been going down and open interest has also been going down. So as I said, I am expecting this move right now, if it flips, to continue higher. We need to see some more positions coming into the market to basically liquidate all of the shorts that are sitting on the upside. And also if you look at the liquidation heat map, guys, you can see we have liquidity piling up to the top side. We have a lot of liquidity sitting right here. The brightly arrow arrow, basically it is acting as a magnet for Bitcoin price to go up around 121, almost 122,000. Basically we do have until there a lot of liquidity sitting mostly on the upside. As you can see, we also do have at the downside, but we did tag some of it right here. We took out, and right now the majority of the liquidity is sitting at the top side. Also something to watch out for Bitcoin is we got a third day in a row of Bitcoin ETF outflow actually. So we got 85 million of outflows again. So some of the institutions are selling, but you can see the biggest one, BlackRock, they have started buying again. But some of the other institutions, they are selling, but that doesn't matter. It all in my opinion, that matters is that BlackRock keeps buying, since their spot ETF has been growing continuously during the last year, basically until right now. So this is what I'm watching for. BlackRock is the most important in my opinion. Now, longs versus shorts in the market, we are starting to get on the major exchanges like Binance. You can see more longs in the markets. So since on Binance there is the biggest volume for trading, most of the bigger traders there are flipping bullish right now after this consolidation of Bitcoin. So there are long positions opening right here. People are expecting a breakout of this range to the upside, and so am I. And this is why I'm keeping an eye on it. And if we look at the Bitcoin dominance currently finding the weekly pivot as support, since we are below it, and I am expecting a rejection and potential continuation to the downside for the Bitcoin dominance in order for the altcoins to start going up again. But if the Bitcoin dominance actually reclaims that weekly pivot and it starts pumping to the upside, then we will probably see excuse me, the altcoins starting to fall down again. As you know, it all depends on that Bitcoin dominance, what it will do next, since right now if we look on the daily, we did have a very big correction to the downside, and right now it is possible that we get some kind of relief rally pump for the Bitcoin dominance, maybe back to 63% and or something like that, and then we can see another rejection and continue to the downside. This is what I'm hoping for. And yes guys, that will be it for today's quick update video. Make sure to like if you want to see more updates, subscribe for the channel. Also don't forget to follow me on X, where I post daily, and also don't forget to trade on KSX with basically 0 spot fees and 0 maker and 0.01 taker fees on the future, the lowest fees globally right now out of any exchange. And so yes guys, bye.